Have Coffee with Michelle is sponsored by Cincinnati Museum Center. It is time to come have coffee with the incredible Sheila Williams, a novelist living right here in our region. Her latest book, No Better Time, is about the sacrifices made by women serving in World War II. It's about the love of country and a call to duty. We're going to dive into it, and aside from that, Sheila's own story is one for the books, literally. So grab your coffee cup and let's go. Coffee with acclaimed author Sheila Williams. Where else would we go but a cozy bookstore in Dayton, Kentucky? Vinyl albums, a retro feel, and a hot cup of pistachio latte. With the scene set, it is time to turn the page for a chat. So tell me how you got started on this journey of being a writer.
Okay, I was the kid who was supposed to be paying attention in class and instead was doodling and making up little stories. And then that came on my report card to my mother, Sheila is not paying attention. So that's how I got started.
But you were a banker for a while, right?
I worked in banking. I'm a certified paralegal. So I was a legal assistant for years, both in family practice firms and in corporate law firms, and then for banks as well. So yes.
And then how did you get back to writing?
I never left.
You never left?
Never left. I was always scribbling, which means after the work was done, after the kids went to bed, that was what I did. After writing several really bad romance novels that are still in the bottom of my closet, I wrote a book called Dancing on the Edge of the Roof, and I got an agent who actually liked it and was an advocate for it.
That was in 2002. Years later, Dancing on the Edge of the Roof was picked up by a filmmaker and turned into a Netflix movie starring famed actress Alfre Woodard as Juanita.
That was an amazing experience. I had so much fun. And
tell me about that.
It was one of those scenarios where a lot of the people that worked on the film wanted to work on the film. They didn't do it because they were getting zillions of dollars. They did it because they believed in the project.
Mind you, 80 to 90% of the books that are optioned never reach the film stage. There was something special, though, about Juanita's story, a woman who ran away from home only to find herself.
She recreates herself, and she loves to cook, and so she ends up cooking in a diner, and she ends up meeting amazing people that she never would have met before. And she also begins to believe more in herself and restore her spirit, which is really what it was all about in the first place.
Another opportunity Sheila couldn't pass up, the chance to be a librettist, a writer for an opera. And then to see it all play out.
I didn't know what to say. But, you know, when you do that, you pass the words on, he writes the notes, and then you give it to well-trained voices and people who know what they're doing on stage, and you just see this amazing production.
Sheila's latest book, No Better Time, is inspired by her own cousin, Private First Class Dorothy Turner, who served in World War II, the spirited women of the 6888 Postal Battalion.
Their job was to process the almost 17 million pieces of mail that had been stockpiled by the military during the first few years of the war. They couldn't deliver it because of the troop movements. Everything was just chaotic. Yeah. And so they had airplane hangars full of mail. I was doing a family history project because I'm a family history geek. So on mom's side of the family, I got some time with Dorothy because she was one of the older members of the family. And as she spoke about the things that she had done in her life, she said, oh yeah, I went to Japan, I did this, and then I drove a truck in the military when I was in the Army, and then I did this and this and this.
Wait a minute.
And I'm taking notes and I'm thinking, truck? Your history is sometimes sitting right across the table from you, right in your living room. So I made her roll that back a little bit, and she began to tell me about this experience. It was incredible.
As with any story, you need a good ending, right? Well, okay, Sheila, where would we find you at 10 a.m. on any given Saturday?
Okay, you said Saturday at 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Findlay Market.
Really?
Yes.
You love Findlay, yeah.
Probably at the vegetable stand, or getting smoked turkey, which is something I cook with a lot. So that's probably where I would be on a Saturday.
Not a bad place to be.
No, not at all.
Well, let's do a cheers to that.
Yes.
And all your success.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, best of luck to Sheila with her book, No Better Time, and what's to come. She has a lot of books under contract. And a huge thanks to Roebling Books and Coffee for hosting us. What a cool, cool place. All right, from the written word to the power of music. And let's get ready for Coffee at Music Hall with Christian Masleru, the brand new music director at the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. Stay tuned for my sit down with him as we discuss his vision, passion for music, and what's next for the iconic Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. That is next time on Come Have Coffee with Michelle. You may know their names, but how well do you really know Cincinnati's most prominent people? Come Have Coffee gives you a chance to get to know them a lot better. Watch this Cincy Lifestyle special streaming now. Find WCPO 9 everywhere you stream and scroll to specials.